as a corporate holder, it is your responsibility to protect your corporate to the best of your ability. The same way a homeowner will protect their home with a fence and gate, you should protect your corporate by making sure you have registered it with the Kenya Corporate Board. Though when it comes to corporate, it's not a must to register, but as a corporate inspector, it's always advisable that you register your work with us, so that when it comes to my work, it's going to be much easier. When it comes to corporate infringement, it's when someone uses or exploits your corporate without your permission. That is, the person has infringed on your corporate. And some of the popular examples of corporate infringements that we investigate as corporate inspectors are DSTV Sambaza. This is broadcast piracy, whereby you find people they are infringing on the broadcast corporate of DSTV. That is the Sambaza. For Kiswahili, that is when you're at home and you don't want to pay the subscription fee that is a must by the DSTV. You find that instead of paying, you get a broker or a guy who will Sambaza the DSTV to you. Another example is photocopying whole books and novels, and this is whereby you find a corporate holder that is a novelist. His book or his novel is being photocopied by a pirater, and this is whereby if you go to town, you'll find so many photocopying shops, and a person will just go and photocopy a novel, and once he photocopies the novel, he's going to be able to sell it instead of using the publishers, who are the rightful owners, through maybe a contract that they have come up with the owner of the copyright. There's also the banning of movies and music, though as of now, it's been taken over by technology. These days, we're not getting cases of guys banning movies. What we're getting is you get a flash disc, you go to a movie shop, and the movie owner or the movie shop attendant just downloads into your flash disc. So it's what I can say is it's kind of challenging for us when it comes to that, but as Kenya Corporate Board, we are dealing with it. And there's a distribution of e-newspapers on WhatsApp and other digital platforms. What we investigate is you find that, like Nation Media, you find that before the story breaks, before the newspaper is distributed by the media in the morning, you find that somebody has already distributed through WhatsApp, and what he does is that he sells. So that's also a popular corporate infringement that you're investigating. Others is printing other people's artwork on t-shirts or merchandise for commercial purposes. When your corporate has been infringed on, the first thing you should do is report to the Kenya Corporate Board. You can do this either by calling our hotline, that is 0703885033, or you can write an email to info@corporate.go.ke, or you can visit our offices, whereby you're going to be directed to the investigations department, and we will write down or record your complaint. As a rights owner, you can pursue criminal or civil remedies against the infringer. How do you do that? Once you come to our office, that is where you've opted for criminal remedy. We will investigate the offense committed and hand over the file to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, who will then prosecute the case on your behalf. This means that the public prosecutor will be in charge of the proceedings that are going to take place at the court. And that is what you call the dual process. And he's going to argue a case, and if the court finds in your favor, the the perpetrator, that is the infringer in this case, will be jailed or ordered to pay a fine. So sometimes they can be jailed and fined at the same time. And it's good to note that in a criminal case, fines are paid to the court and not to an individual. Another way is you can pursue a civil remedy where you'll be required to institute the case against the perpetrator. You may engage a private lawyer to represent you, and if the court finds it in your favor, it may order the perpetrator to pay you damages, reasonable royalties, etc. It may also order an injunction against the perpetrator, and unpopular orders can also be granted by the court to help you collect and secure evidence from the perpetrator if you suspect that the perpetrator may hide or destroy such evidence. And one thing I can say is that as a corporate holder, you can still do both, as in you can still lodge a civil suit, a civil matter, and at the same time a criminal matter. Sometimes you can find that corporate holders fear doing the civil suit. No, don't fear. You can still do both of them. That is criminal and civil. And there are times whereby you find that once you've made a report to the Kenya Corporate Board and the infringer has been arrested, sometimes you find the individual wants to at least sit down with you and talk it out. So at the Kenya Corporate Board, we also have an alternative dispute resolution options which you offer, and they are mainly mediation, and which provides for out-of-court settlement. But this is subject to the willingness of both parties, after which an agreement on the outcome is signed by both parties. There's also the option of taking your dispute to the corporate tribunal. However, the tribunal is currently limited to handling disputes arising from registration of corporate and licensing of CMOs. And remember, you're the primary guardian of your corporate. Take all the necessary steps to safeguard it. And if your corporate is infringed on, report it straight away to the right authorities. And when they say the right authorities, is that Kenya Corporate Board is only centered within Nairobi. And police officers are also corporate inspectors, meaning that even if you go to Mombasa and you find that somebody has infringed on your corporate and you don't have that energy, or maybe financially you cannot come to Nairobi, go directly to any police station, report, and they are going to investigate your case.